Hey everyone, Rick Moreno here. Welcome to our fourth Wealth Talk Show. This Wealth Talk Show, you do not want to miss it, guys. We will be here with my brother, Isaac Moreno, and we're going to be talking about our family upbringing and why we converged into the real estate market. Learn more about it. Hello everyone. Rick Moreno here at Moreno Real Estate Group here. I am here joined by my brother Isaac Moreno. Say hello, Isaac.
Hey guys.
Different type of Wealth Talk Show. A lot of people have been asking me, why real estate, Rick? Is this a family thing? How long have you been doing it with your family? So I wanted to bring my right-hand man himself, Isaac Moreno, kind of talk a little bit about our family history, our upbringing, and why those core values kind of crash and mesh all together to bring a great real estate value in this company that we have formed. Mine and Isaac's paths completely different and drastically different paths. I left to Southern California right out of high school, then moved to New York City. Isaac went to Oklahoma, right? To play some college basketball. Then went to Dallas-Fort Worth area, and then you moved again.
Moved to Arizona,
Moved again to Arizona, right? But what made you take another giant, freaking crazy step and said, you know what, I'm going to leave a great paying job in Phoenix and dabble into the real estate sector with my brother? And at that time, I had asked you to leave Phoenix. I only had one other agent. And my office was in a temporary mobile home. People don't know that, that's our upbringing of the way we started this company. And what made you say, screw it, I'm going to leave a great place, great city. You had just bought a condo over there in Phoenix. To say, I'm going to jump into that mobile home environment and into this boutique company.
Well, the first thing is he kept bugging me for like a year. So after that year, I ended up having my first baby girl with my wife. And that kind of just stirred a little bit of a fire in me and said, let's take that risk. I was always a risk taker, but this time it just kind of lit a fire in me, and I said, why not? So I kind of got out of my comfort zone and went to El Paso. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a license yet. And then I started studying for my exam, and from there we just kind of hit the ground running.
I mean, hats off to him for even kind of venturing and doing that for me. It meant a lot. He kind of saw the struggle that I went through when I was in New York City by myself, and it kind of brings me back to my next topic that I want to talk about, Isaac, is our family. Not too many people know about our family, the rough financial upbringing that we had. We were happy. We had a great childhood, right? But it was rough. Kind of talk about, why don't you share a little bit about our family upbringing and kind of why that, what you saw from our parents and our brothers, your older brothers and sisters. You're the youngest of 6, right? So share with the audience.
Well, my brothers and sisters always say I didn't get it as bad because I was the youngest, and at that time my parents were doing a little better financially, but I still remember that we were poor, living in a trailer in Chaparral, and I always remember that we were poor, but I just never felt poor just because of my family instilled good values and good morals, and our family was always together. You're talking about 4 brothers and 2 sisters, so we were always together, so it never felt like we were poor, and that situation didn't feel like it was going to be permanent. So we always knew that we were striving for more, and we always knew that our current situation wasn't going to be permanent.
So drastically different parents. We have drastically different parents. Dad, pastor, strict. Mom, completely different personality than my dad. What are some of the qualities that you've been able to pick from Dad?
My dad,
how they've helped you in business?
Very hardworking man. Extremely hardworking. My hat's off to him. He's still working, 70 years old. One of the things that he did instill is education. Always keep learning. There's always something to learn. Never stop learning. That's what I got from my dad. It's his work ethic.
Absolutely. What about mom? What are some of the things in business? Our mom didn't even. I think she didn't even pass 5th grade, right?
Yeah,
she didn't go to 5th grade because
high school.
It was a family type of agriculture, guys. My mom, interesting story. My mom picked in the fields grapes and all different types of farm products in California, Northern California, Southern California, and across New Mexico as well. My grandfather was a miner in Silver City, New Mexico for over 20-some years, I believe. So completely different background. My dad was a very smart kid, went to school, and my mom didn't. And Grandpa said, fifth grade, you're out. You're gonna have to start helping work
Yep.
as a fifth grader. So what about my mom? Have you learned about anything and how you could relate to business and real estate?
Other than the fact that she's a sweetheart. But my mom is her hustling ways, man. I mean, she can sell you a tamal off the street, for $5. Like she has her hustling ways and her morals, her ethics. And then always a giving person. So that really was instilled in us at a young age to be very giving and forgiving for others. But one of the big qualities is, her hustling ways and her giving ways as well.
Yeah, my mom always jokes with my dad saying that she's just a better closer, better business person than my dad is. And my dad's the one who has his college degrees and whatnot. But my mom is just, she's cold-blooded. She'll sell shakes, she'll sell vitamins. She's sold everything. I think she even, at a later age in her life, she got the pink Cadillac from Mary Kay. She is a closer, and that's kind of what we got from our mom, yep. Right? All right, for those of you who don't know, Isaac helped me when I was doing a lot of investing and flipping in California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. Isaac was my go-to when it came to that. He kind of ran a lot of my projects. Talk a little bit about that. Did it serve as some excellent training? And is there anything from the investment sector that we did as a company, how we could translate it in becoming better realtors altogether?
Definitely, good question. So the first thing is, actually, when I was helping him, I didn't even have my license yet. So I learned the investment portion of it first before being an agent. The biggest thing is, it's stressful as you can tell, but the biggest thing is learning how to price things accordingly, learning how to shop, and then one of the biggest factors to make it look sexy in the property is the design factor of it. So the design factor of it to go along with how to manage contractors in every situation, whether it be flipping in California, flipping in Arizona, it's all the same. You got to learn how to manage these contractors from afar or up close in person. So those are aspects that you can take in the realtor sector, but at the same time, it's a little different just because realtor, you're helping buyers or sellers. When in this situation, you have a little bit more control, but at the same time, you got to manage a lot more stuff.
Absolutely. What are some key ingredients that you have learned just by being in this company with me, as to, like, you could say, give your one or two takeaways. Give your one or two takeaways for a veteran realtor or new realtor. What are some of those things that you think you would say, hey, these are the things that are your must-haves. If you want to be successful, these are your must-haves that you have to do.
I think the first thing is, one of the big things is surround yourself around great people that are motivated, ambitious.
Absolutely.
If you have a mentor like Rick, then you go to his listing appointments, make sure, you see how he speaks, you see how he closes, you see how everyone closes. Asking questions no matter what. Don't think you know it all, because you don't. In this business, you'll get swallowed right away. Always be asking questions and always be willing to learn. So those are the two things. Always be learning, and try to have a mentor, someone that you look up to and that is ambitious, has the same work ethic as you, and surround yourself around positive people.
And that goes back to our family. Our family, there's a lot of weaknesses in our family. For those who don't know, we are a competitive group of individuals. It seems like every holiday we are in a fight. That's just because we love each other so much. But the competition factor is like just to compete to see who's going to win on the restaurant, what restaurant's going to be picked. You're talking about highly competitive. We do our football games, our volleyball games, and we're talking smack to our little nephews that are 12 years old and telling them that we're going to roach them in PlayStation when we play the Madden football games. Do you think that helps create that environment of wanting to do better?
Definitely helps. So first of all, we never had a PlayStation to begin with ever in our lives.
No.
First time I asked my mom for an Xbox, she laughed at me. So we never ever had a PlayStation or Xbox, and
we never had a bike.
We never had a bike. So
I never owned a bike. I had to. Whenever I would go to my cousins' homes, we would
always bikes.
Steal their bikes. But yeah, we never had a bike. So okay, fast forward. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams that we would be partners in crime, running this unique brokerage with amazing agents that we have? What do you enjoy most about what we do here as a company?
I always dreamed of it, but I never necessarily put the pieces together until I actually moved, and I was like, whoa, it can possibly happen. Yeah. And then as we started adding agents, and then things started to really come along and really concentrate on the hardworking agents that come into play, not just just your regular Joe, just people that are willing to work hard And one of the biggest things that I take out of it is that we're family oriented and we ask questions to each other and we always keep each other in the loop. And we all know each other on a personal basis. So that's very important for this company because we're not afraid to ask anyone questions. So that plays a big role how we're family oriented.
And I love it. I love the fact that the agents that we brought on board, you're talking about, including Isaac, we have several other agents. I mean, they're on the trajectory path to be more than six-figure earners, and it's let alone that they just give excellent service to our clients. We got the most reviews on Zillow, 5-star reviews on Zillow with over 350 some 5-star reviews. And from a small perspective, we are only 14 members strong, but high producing and high service. So that's what I love. So where do you see your vision as one of the leaders here in this company? Where do you see this company going 5 to 10 years from now?
Growing, obviously in different cities, different states. Hopefully California, Arizona's already around the corner. New York, if Rick wants to go back there, which I assume he does.
Absolutely.
Dallas is already, up and running. So bigger states, obviously bigger cities as well. But still keep that family boutique, family-oriented style with, 15, 20 agents, whatever the agents may be, but they all produce and they all work hard. That way too we can make a difference, not only make a difference, but also every single person is accountable and they all know each other and they ask each other questions and it's like a family.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you guys for joining us here with my brother. He's one of our trainers for all of our new agents. For those of you who are kind of stagnant in your career or struggling from making that exponential growth, make 2019 a better year. Do a change, make something where you drastically turn the script on something new, and come check us out. Check out this Wealth Talk. Follow us and subscribe us on YouTube and on also our Instagram and Facebook feeds. Love to have you and see your comments out there, guys. Thank you very much for joining us.
See you at the top.